Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Mythic upgrade materials. Our game currently has 4 of them. The Imperial Aquila, farmable from the end of the AdMech campaign event, the Venerable Battle Mark, not currently farmable, Ancient Inscriptions, farmable from the Tau campaign event, and Mutant Form, farmable from the NIDS campaign event. These are all also available randomly from the Guild Shop and Rogue Trader. Why do we care? Well, because in order to get any unit beyond Diamond 3, you need 12 Mythic materials, either 12 of one or 6 of one and 6 of another. I'm not here to argue or lecture you about which units you should get to adamantine ranks, but I will say that my opinion is that the first characters you should consider are your raid team. And again, I'm not here to lecture you on which raid team to build, nor whether you should build a meta team or not. But the meta teams are well understood, and each of the 4, yes, I'm going to claim that there are 4 meta teams, has a core group of 3 characters. So I went and did a little analysis to see which teams need which materials. I'm only talking about the core 3 characters of each team, not the flex characters. If you're on the classic multi-hit team with Eldrian, Anshi, and Ragnar, you need 6 Imperial Aquilas, 24 Venerable Battle Marks, and 6 Ancient Inscriptions. If you're on the Rapid Assault multi-hit team, which seems to be more and more referred to as the Custodes team with Karyan, Tryon, and Karn, you need 18 Imperial Aquila and 18 Venerable Battle Marks. If you run the AdMech team with a core trio of Tengida, Exeter, Row, and Actus, you need 12 Imperial Aquila, 18 Venerable Battle Marks, and 6 Ancient Inscriptions. And finally, if you run the Nero team with Neurothrope, Abraxas, and Yazagor, you need 18 Mutant Forms, 6 Ancient Inscriptions, and 12 Venerable Battle Marks. Now, I personally am building the Custodes team. Since I can't farm the Venerable Battle Mark anywhere, I can at least try to minimize my Archaeotech and Guild credit spend by farming the Imperial Aquila. But that's no easy task. We're talking about beating Mythic Belisarius Cawl. Okay, let's go check this fight out in a little more detail. So if we go ahead and go to the Extremis campaign, you can see that Cawl is the last fight in the Mythic tier. This means that we have to get through all the rest of the Mythic nodes in order to do it, which by itself is not easy. So let's go ahead and click on the fight to see exactly what we're getting ourselves into. We can see that yeah, these are all Blue Star Adamantine 1 enemies. Cawl is Adamantine 1. And even if we do 3-star it, we still only have a 12% base chance of winning it, which is roughly 1 in 8 raids. I think it actually comes out to 1 in 6 or 1 in 7 with the Mercy system, but don't quote me on that. Let's go ahead and look at the roster that we're going to use in order to take on the Mythic tier of the AdMech campaign. We have to bring Malletus, Corodius, and Pastilian. Malletus is Diamond 3 with the level 47 active. Rotbone is going to be one of our 2 flex characters. He's Diamond 3 with level 44 active and passive. And the DG Bozos are Epic 1, Gold 1 with maxed epic abilities. I have no qualms whatsoever about getting Malletus and Rotbone to Diamond 3. They are probably 2 of the best units in terms of return on investment in the game, just because of how versatile they are. And the last character we're going to bring in the flex slot, surprise, surprise, is Karn. He's Diamond 3 with level 47 abilities. The whole point of getting through the Cawl fight is to farm Imperial Aquilas and to pump up our Custodes raid team. Karn is a staple of the raid team, so having him at Diamond 3 also seems fairly fitting. Remember, this is a Mythic fight and the last fight in the Mythic tier. You are going to need very high level characters in order to beat it. And the fact that we can even do it with 2 Gold 1 characters, I think speaks a lot. Let's talk about getting to Cawl. We have to go through all of the battles in the Mythic tier of the AdMech campaign. These are not easy. They are going to require the same characters. Those characters have to be juiced. We're not going to focus on 3-starring these battles. If we happen to get it, hooray. But we are more focused on getting to and through the Cawl fight. Yes, if you're building AdMech, you're going to want to 3-star most of these battles, but not all of them. So we will try, but it's, again, not a goal. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this. Battle 23 for the to farm Blessed Cogs. The main strategy we're going here from the start is to have Malletus and Karn take out the Electro Priest and the Skitarii Vanguard on the left. I've said this before, I think that the Skitarii Vanguard are actually probably the most dangerous unit in the AdMech campaign. I know the Electro Priest and the Tech Priest can hit pretty hard, but the Skitarii Vanguard, if they get high ground, they can just wipe a unit with one shot usually. So We'll go ahead and take those guys out, and as is going to be a very common theme in these videos, the bozos run and hide. We're going to try to keep Malletus and Karn next to Rotbone just in case, but I think that they're all safe. Additionally, Rotbone is going to hide in the tall grass by doing so. We'll move Karn over in order to take out the next Skitarii Vanguard and the Tech Priest there, or sorry, the Electro Priest. And I was going to move Malletus in to engage the Vanguard as well, but I think I'm actually going to keep him up on the left in order to deal with the annoying Vox casters. They're not such a threat to the D3 guys, but to the gold ones that we have lying around, the summons can actually do a significant chunk of damage, especially since they don't have Terminator armor. Now, Pastilian can stay safe, Corodius can't, so let's move him to a position where he can at least summon in a few Poxwalkers as a distraction in case somebody decides to come after him. I think from here on out, the battle is actually pretty straightforward. You're just going to keep on whacking away with Karn and Malletus. I prefer to keep Karn in the tall grass, but there's only one Skitarii left, and I think that keeping him next to Rotbone is probably safe enough, even if he's not in tall grass. Here I was trying to keep Corodius from getting targeted by the Vanguard, hoping that the Vanguard would choose to stay on the high ground. Didn't happen, and additionally the Foxcaster decided to take out the Poxwalker, so the Vanguard went after Corodius. So Malletus is continuing to oversee the left and secure it. We have the Vanguard, and only a single Vanguard, so at this point I'm not too concerned, especially since our guys are sticking around in tall grass or staying next to Rotbone. Now the only thing we have left to worry about is Karn himself, because there's only one unit left, and Karn is just, yeah, he whacked Rotbone twice. But 3 stars, 2 books, hooray. On to Battle 24. This is the Sygex node, so I have 3-starred this in the past. I'm not going to bother showing you how to do that. I will just show you how to get past the fight. You use the same strategy, but you might just need a little bit of luck. So the strategy you might go for is to charge forward with Karn and Malletus and just hope that everything works out. But what I found is that actually if you just pull back for one turn, typical arena strategy, everything works really well. That puts you on the high ground, lets Malletus start taking people out, and then Karn, being on the high ground with his active, can take out 2 units, or if you're lucky with their movement, 3. In this case it was 2. Corodius was in a danger zone always, so as usual just summon in some distracting Poxwalkers who aren't going to do any damage. From here on out there's no doubt about the battle. Karn and Malletus are too strong for the enemies here, especially at the levels they are, so you shouldn't have any trouble finishing this. So yeah, keep Pastilian safe if you want that 2nd star. And Karn's going to do what Karn does, charge in, and then he'll almost finish off the 2nd las cannon. Malletus will come in for the kill, and hooray, 2 stars. Again, I can show you how to get 3 stars, but I'm not going to because it's the Sygex node, and honestly, who cares? Onward to Battle 25. This is the one where you get Mythic Tan Shard, so this is actually worth 3-starring, and I'll show you how this run took a little bit of RNGesus from Rotbone revives, but it worked out pretty well. So similar to the last battle, back off, those mortars are dangerous, let the enemies come to you. We could here try to charge forward and let Karn just unload, but the problem that I have is with both of those mortars and those Skitarii, if he doesn't completely wipe everything out, they will wipe him out. So we're going to hold him back, have him take out 1 unit, but keep him in a place where Rotbone can be next to him in case we need the revive. Now, Corodius, unfortunately, is going to be in the danger zone, so we'll hope that his Poxwalkers will be enough of a distraction that he doesn't get killed. Alright. So, that worked. Now, we have fewer enemies. We can let Karn move up and do what he does best, take out a few units, even though he's not going to be next to Rotbone now. Corodius is going to move back. Pastilian is going to stay where he is, just because we want to make sure that if anybody targets them, that they're adjacent to Rotbone. So at this point, it's cleanup time. Malletus can take out the mortars by himself. Everybody else can stand back and let Karn do his thing. Pastilian and Corodius aren't really going to help very much here. And Rotbone is there just for the revives, which, as I said, I actually needed 2 this go round. I could have and should have probably used Rot Bones active there, so that way I didn't have to revive, but 3 stars anyways, hooray! Battle 26 now, fighting for Mythic Rose Shards. The opening move that we're hoping for here is that by sending Karn up to the left with Rotbone and support for a revive, that Karn can take out the Skitarii and the Electro Priest while causing one of the mortars to flee. Malletus will use his active to take out that Electro Priest there, so the Electro Priests are gone. The Tech Priests and the Skitarii are still bad, but at least we got rid of those. So the Bozos are just going to go and hide out of harm's way for at least a turn. Karn's going to move up. Let's pray, and our prayers were unanswered, so this battle is going to be a little more fun than we were hoping for. Okay, at this point, we could use Rotbone's active to clear Karn's suppression, but what we can see already is that Karn can one-shot the mortar even though he's suppressed, so we're just going to go ahead and do that. We'll use Rotbone's regular heal just to heal himself. Malletus is going to move forward to confront the Skitarii. This will keep that Skitarii from using high ground against Rotbone, who is not in tall grass. And the Bozos, as always, are just going to go and hide. Right, enemy does its thing. A little concerned about that Skitarii being within range of the Bozos now. Karn has managed to clear one mortar. With this round, he'll clear the other mortar, and Malletus can also clear that Skitarii. Malletus has a Terminator buff, and there's only 2 Electro Priests left, and they have a tendency to want to heal each other, so I'm not too concerned about him dying. Rotbone is fairly low on health, and I do want him to get closer to the Bozos just in case. But Corrodius is in danger, so I think what we're going to do is move him into a place where he can summon some Poxwalkers as distractions. And it's been 2 turns, so he'll get to summon within a wider radius, which means more Poxwalkers. Okay, great. I think at this point, the battle's basically won. It's just clean up from this point. We have enough distractions that hopefully the Bozos don't get targeted. So as long as we keep everybody healthy and healed up, and we keep Karn from killing his own team, I think we should be okay. All right. Yep. Pastilian wasn't even able to get a kill there himself. So we'll just go ahead and let the battle play out. But here we go. Battle 27. This is going after Mythic Adeptus shards. We're in close quarters combat here. The opener that you're going for, at least that I chose, was to keep Rotbone and the Bozos together to protect them, and to have Malletus clear out that Electro Priest standing in between Karn and the bottom part. You can see this map is divided into north and south through 2 corridors. So Malletus opens up the corridor, Karn comes in, and we're going to keep him to the right when we take out that Electro Priest, because it's going to keep the Skitarii from being able to target him from afar. And now we're just going to move the Bozos to a place where they're both adjacent to Rotbone, so that way if they die, because they will die, that he can hopefully revive them. And since we got all 3 of them here, might as well just do a little bit of damage to that Electro Priest. Unsurprisingly, somebody dies. Thankfully, they're resilient, so we're able to revive him and stay fighting. Malletus is going to keep the Skitarii over on the north busy. Hopefully that Skitarii will back up onto the high ground, and the Malletus will just finish it off with the next turn. So what we're going for here is to try to keep everybody, hopefully including Karn, but not necessarily, because he's Diamond 3 within contact of Rotbone. And Corrodius can summon in some Poxwalkers. He's probably only going to get 1 or 2 as distractions. And oh, that was totally not helpful since we don't have any range 3 enemies. Oh well. Here we go. Pastilian dies. Rotbone revives him, and then Karn kills him, so Rotbone has to revive him again. So if you're counting, that's 3 Rotbone revives so far. So whatever 0.75 to the third is, those are your chances of being able to repeat it this time around. The rest of the battle is fairly straightforward. Keep the squishy units around Rotbone, praying for a revive. That was number 4. And then Karn comes in to finish off. So it took a lot of luck, but we did manage to 3-star it. On to battle 28 for Mythic Vitruvius shards. That looks like a lot of Adamantine 1 enemies. So I think the strategy I'm going to go for here, as you can see, there's 3 corridors separating the north and the south of the map. Karn is going to block one of the corridors, Malletus is going to block the other, and Rotbone is going to plant himself between the two of them. Now, I chose to put Malletus on the low ground and block one, and Karn on the high ground. In retrospect, I don't know if that was the right decision, because Karn hits so much harder than Malletus. I don't know if he actually needed it, but we'll see how this works out. So, and as usual, the bozos go run and hide. They're just hoping to keep them safe long enough for the battle to finish without them. Right, we have some suppression. Given that Electro Priest is right there, I think what we're going to do is have Karn use his active, which only took out the priest. It didn't even take out the one in the south. Okay, well, Malletus is now no longer blocking the corridor on the left, but I think that we're going to be okay because everybody there is on the high ground, and I think that we're going to be able to deal with anybody who's incoming. Okay, Malletus can't even one-shot one of the Vox casters, even though Malletus is D3. That's kind of scary. Alright, let's keep... Pastilian, for whatever reason, seems to get targeted more than Corrodius, so we're just going to keep him close to Rotbone. Corrodius is going to target it, or is going to summon in some Poxwalkers, which that Electro Priest decides to just annihilate in one turn. But we only have one real strong enemy left. That was the Electro Priest. We were able to get rid of it, and now it's just cleanup. We only have some... Well, I wouldn't say dinky, but we only have some IG left that we'll just take out with Karn, Malletus, and Rotbone. And there you go, Mythic Vitruvius shards ready for you to farm. Battle 29, the penultimate battle of the Mythic tier, the one right before the call fight, and this one sees us going after Mythic Sygax shards. I'm not too excited about trying to 3-star this node, to be honest. The only thing that's good about it is all those Mythic Imperial badges. So I think the strategy here is going to be to have Malletus and Karn deal with the enemies on the left. That way, Rotbone will come in to help heal, and the bozos will hide. If you saw I used Malletus as active, that's just something that should always go without saying. You always target the weaker enemy with Malletus because the leftover damage gets carried forward to other enemies, whereas if you target the enemy with more health, Malletus might not even kill it. Okay, Karn is suppressed, so we should use Malletus in order to allow Rotbone to come in. Rotbone will heal up Karn, so that way Karn with his active can hopefully nuke the Electro Priest and the Tech Priest here. Let's see it. Yep, there we go. Alright, the bozos will stay hidden. That las cannon hit Corrodius, so we're just going to move Corrodius one tile further out of the way. And from here it's cleanup. Just keep Karn close to Rotbone. Make sure that Rotbone is always in a place to heal Karn. Ideally, you want to try to position in such a way that Karn still has the ability to attack and stay on the high ground, prioritizing Skitarii over any other enemy if possible, and keep the bozos safe. No one's going to come after them at this point because they have all the targets on the south island, or the south part of the map. So if you've been counting, that is 2 revives from Rotbone so far. And as I said, I think that the goal should always be to keep Karn on the high ground and close to Rotbone. Okay, on to the call fight. So the opener here is pretty straightforward. You need Karn and Malletus to be able to engage 2 or even 3 of the Electro Priests. If you put Pastilian next to Karn, Karn will take out the first Electro Priest, no problem. And putting Rotbone next to him means that if Karn can't take out the second one, which is quite likely, Rotbone can come in and clean him up. What we are really hoping for in this battle is that we can convince Cawl to move back and to the left, because there are 3 high ground spots in this map. That one in the top right is actually pretty hard to convince him to get to. Before patch 1.32, I believe, or maybe it was 1.31, Cawl would actually heal himself after a certain number of turns. That doesn't happen anymore. Now his armor increases, which means if we can keep him from stacking machine vengeance tokens and nuking everybody in one go, we can wear him down. But again, the hope here is that we can actually just convince him to move back, so that way we can get Karn and Malletus onto the high ground, which thankfully just happened here. And with both of their actives, only Karn's active was enough, we can nuke Cawl. At this point, all we have to do is try to keep the bozos alive. Malleus, Rotbone, and Karn should be durable enough, but I'm concerned that Corrodius and Pastilian at gold 1 are just going to die. So the other problem here now that we have Corrodius is suppressed, which means that unless somebody steps in to take damage for him, Corrodius is almost certainly going to suffer. So we're going to risk Malleus dying here because I think he has the durability, and we're going to hope that he can take out 2 enemies. We did it. I think from here we have an automatic win now. We have 3 units at full health, or we have all of our units at full health. We have a bunch of distractions. Now it's cleanup time. So Karn should be able to take out that Electro Priest. I don't think the other ones are going to be anybody else is capable of one-shotting any of these, Tech Priests. But between the rest of the Death Guard, we should be okay. All right, so Karn, move there. Yep. And now we just stay safe. The Tech Priest targeted the Poxwalker. Clean up. And there we go, 3 stars. I'm not going to lie, this took some doing, and as I said before, it also took bumping up Karn's and Malleus's actives to 50. We didn't touch Rotbones, and the DG Bozos are definitely still at Epic Gold 1 with 35 abilities, but both of Karn's abilities, the passive and the active, need to be maxed, and Malleus needs to have a max active in order to either hit cawl if you're in that situation, or take out 1 or even 2 enemies if you're past the point where cawl is gone. Anyways, there you have it. I know it was a powerful trio, but we've managed to 3-star most of the battles in the Mythic tier of the AdMech campaign event, allowing us to farm Mythic AdMech shards and, more importantly, a Mythic material highly sought after by the Custodes raid team. I hope you found this video useful. If you have any questions, comments, or critiques, please leave them in the comments below. I try to respond to all of my comments. You can also find me in the Help How Do I channel in the Tacticus Discord. With that, thanks again for watching, and happy farming, tacticians.